Spicy food does not actually burn you. When you bite into a chili, a chemical called capsaicin hits the exact nerve endings your body uses to detect dangerous heat. And they can't tell the difference. Your mouth feels fire. Nothing is burning. It's a false alarm, and humans are the only species on Earth that learn to love setting it off. Let's start with what's really happening in your mouth. Scattered across your tongue are tiny receptors whose whole job is to warn you about heat. When something climbs past about 43 degrees Celsius, hot enough to damage tissue, they fire, and your brain slams on the brakes. Pain. Pull back. That's the system that stops you holding your hand over a flame. Capsaicin, the molecule that makes chilies hot, picks that lock. It binds to those exact receptors and trips them without any heat at all. Your tongue reports a fire that does not exist. Your heart rate climbs. You start to sweat. Your body braces for an injury that never comes. The whole experience of spicy is a lie your nerves are telling your brain. And every instinct you have says this should be unpleasant. Pain is the oldest warning signal in biology. It exists to make animals stop. Show a wolf or a chimp a mouthful of chili, and it will do the sensible thing and never touch it again. We are the glaring exception. We took the sensation of being hurt and turned it into a global obsession, which becomes even stranger when you realize what you're actually eating. Capsaicin is a weapon. It's the same active ingredient loaded into police pepper spray, the stuff that drops a grown adult to their knees. The pepper plant didn't grow it for our enjoyment. It grew it to hurt. Capsaicin is a chemical defense, most likely aimed at mammals like us. Because when a mammal chews a pepper, its teeth and gut destroy the seeds. The plant wants you to spit it out and leave. And here's the elegant part. Birds don't feel capsaicin at all. The receptor works differently in them, so they eat chilies freely, swallow the seeds whole, and fly off to spread them, unharmed, for miles. The burn was never random. It was a filter designed to repel the animals that destroy the seeds and reward the ones that carry them. We were supposed to be on the wrong side of that filter. Instead, we did something no other mammal has ever done. We didn't tolerate the plant's poison. We cultivated it. We bred peppers to be hotter, year after year, chasing more of the exact chemical that was meant to drive us away. So why on earth would we fall in love with a weapon? The first answer is a beautiful glitch in the human mind. Psychologists call it benign masochism. Your body reacts to a chili as if you're in real danger, the racing heart, the sweat, the flood of adrenaline. But your brain knows the truth. You are safe. There is no injury. And that gap, the body screaming threat while the mind stays calm, is a genuine thrill. It's the same trick behind horror films and roller coasters. You get to borrow the intense feeling of danger without paying the price. Your body even sweetens the deal. To fight what it thinks is a real burn, it releases endorphins, your own natural painkillers, chemical cousins of morphine. Eat enough chili and you're not just enduring the fire, you're riding the high that comes after it. But thrill-seeking alone doesn't explain something this universal. And this is where the story turns genuinely dark. Go back to a world with no refrigeration, in a climate hot enough to turn fresh meat dangerous within hours. Your food is quietly filling with bacteria that can kill you, and you have no way to see them. Now add spice. Many of the spices humans prize most, garlic, onion, chili, and others, are powerful antimicrobials. They kill or slow the very bacteria and fungi that spoil food and spread disease. In the 1990s, researchers looked at thousands of traditional recipes from around the world and found a striking pattern. The hotter the country, the more spice its cooking used, and the more strongly antimicrobial those spices tended to be. The proposed explanation is chilling in its logic. A taste for spice may have kept our ancestors alive by killing the invisible things in their food that would otherwise have killed them. Now, in fairness, this idea is famous but not settled. Scientists still argue about how much of that pattern is really about pathogens and how much is about which plants simply grew where. It's a leading explanation, not a closed case. There's also a twist of history. The chili pepper itself is a New World plant. Most of humanity never tasted one until after 1592. But the deeper hunger it plugged into is ancient. Long before chilies went global, people everywhere were reaching for pungent, biting spices. Pepper, ginger, mustard, horseradish. The flavors of a mouth on alert. So put it together. And our love of spice stands on two dark foundations, a weapon we learn to crave because our strange brains enjoy the feeling of danger without the damage, and a defense against food that could quietly kill us. We are the animal that made peace with poison and then asked for more, which is why today people line up to eat Pepper's bread to be almost unbearable, filming themselves sweating and gasping for fun. That's an ancient alarm system going off on purpose, because somewhere along the way the signal for danger became the taste of being alive. So no, you don't love spice in spite of the burn. You love it because of what the burn once meant. If this changed the way you taste your next hot meal, subscribe. Every week we dig up the ancient reasons behind the things you do without thinking. Because the strangest part of being human is how much of it you never chose.